Just 180 minutes away from competitive action now for Liverpool. Tonight, the penultimate game comes from Norway, where the Reds are here to take on Valerenga. This time next week, Liverpool will be preparing to meet Standard Liège in Belgium. So now the final preparations are in overdrive, both here in Oslo and against Lazio at Anfield on Friday night. Delighted to say that Gary Gillespie is alongside us this evening.
Oh, good evening, everybody. Good evening, John. I think it's another step in Liverpool's search for match fitness coming into the latter stages of the pre-season build-up. This is where it gets to the nitty-gritty. I think this is where the fitness tells. And obviously with the Champions League qualifier coming up just over a week's time and the start of the Premier League season, a week on Saturday, it's vitally important that they come through this well and a good performance from all these people in a red jersey.
It is a very strong Liverpool side that has travelled to Norway this evening. Steven Gerrard starts alongside Xabi Alonso in midfield, Jamie Carragher and Danny Agger the centre-halves, and another start up front for Keenan Torres.
Yeah, I think that really is the strongest looking Liverpool side that probably Rafa could put out. I expect it to be Benayoun playing wide left, Cout on the right, then right through the middle of the side. You look at the strength in that. Agger, Carragher as the two centre-backs, Gerrard and Alonso in front of them, and Torres and Keane up front, the partnership that everybody is looking forward to seeing for the rest of the season.
It's just worth noting very quickly that Martin Skrtel is missing this evening. He's got a slight strain. Well, this is the Valerenga team. Not too many names that you will notice in that. Luton Shelton played for Sheffield United last season. Adrian Reed is his Jamaican teammate who has just arrived this week. Christopher Heisted, the number 23, had a very short spell with Wigan Athletic.
Well, not an awful lot known about the Norwegian side, Valerenga. I think when you look at the side, Reed, I think, is a Jamaican that's just been signed this week. Luton Shelton, I think Sheffield people have not seen an awful lot of him when he played for Sheffield United, but certainly has experience in the Premier League, albeit short and brief. But they will be fit, they'll be organised, they'll be strong, the Norwegians, they normally are, and it'll be a tough task for Liverpool tonight.
It is a mini Anfield this evening inside the Ullevål Stadium. Those young ladies are a little shy. We are greatly honoured as well because we have Tom Henning Ofrebo as our referee. He is one of the most regarded of FIFA and UEFA officials who was at the European Championships. And he takes charge of this game tonight in a packed Ullevål Stadium. It is like the COP has transferred to Norway for the night.
Well, such a great following in Scandinavia, and especially here in Norway. It just will seem like a home game for Liverpool, I'm sure of that.
Red all over, and Valerenga are actually in their home strip this evening, which is blue, and rather similar to an old Manchester United away strip.
Well, I think when you play in Norway, I think sometimes the grass can be a little bit long. Just looking at the pitch at this moment in time, surface looks reasonably good. I think no excuse for the players. The game could be quick, get the ball zipped around.
There is Luton Shelton. Played 30 games for Sheffield United in his time in England. A lot of it came from the bench. Scored 5 goals, but only 1 league goal. With James Beattie and Billy Sharp and players like that at the club last season, but they had lots of strikers. He struggled to get a regular game, and mostly came off the bench. Here is the delivery, and it's hammered away rather comfortably at the near post. Xabi Alonso was the man that was there.
Well, first bit of defending Liverpool had to do, they dealt with it well. Xabi Alonso in the near post, good position, good clearance.
It is worth remembering that Valerenga are 15 games into their Norwegian league season. Their league season closes down and ends in late November due to the rather inclement weather up in Norway. Agger comes across. That's a header down by Heisted, who is the holding midfielder. A little bang on the face there, which might just require a little bit of treatment. Xabi Alonso just getting caught.
I think the last thing that Rafa will want is injuries in games like this, and especially probably to Xabi Alonso. Struggled all last season really to get sort of match fit. There are an awful lot of injuries, and it did take its toll on him. His performances weren't up to his high standards. Big things expected of him this season. Even if Barry comes, I would like to see Xabi Alonso still remain a Liverpool player.
Here is Shelton. He is quick, and he has stepped away from Jamie Carragher, and the foul is by Alvaro Arbeloa. And Tom Henning Ofrebo was very quick to give the free kick. There will be a passing word for the Spaniard.
Well, tricky individual Luton Shelton. He likes to get the ball down and run at players. I think he could easily have fallen there from that challenge under Jamie Carragher. He chose to go down in the second one under Arbeloa. Could have been a yellow card.
Made his debut for Sheffield United in an away game at Manchester United. They were already 2-0 down, but in the second half he scared the life out of some of the Manchester United defenders. Daniel Freedom Holm is the man who is lining this up with his left foot. Straight into the Liverpool wall.
Waste of a free kick, really.
Tidy footwork by Lars Iverstrand, who actually comes from the furthest most town in Norway, little island to the north of the country. Started playing his football for Tromsø, which is the most northerly club in the country as well.
Played there as well.
Really? That's a little island, isn't it?
Yeah, pre-season game.
This is Fred Holm looking for Shelton. Daniel Agger was very comfortable and in control of the situation. They are taking this seriously, the Norwegians, and Liverpool have a game on their hands here from these early exchanges. Gerrard looking for Yossi Benayoun. Well, it's physical and quick.
Yeah, it's been a good start from the Norwegians, looking to take the game to Liverpool at every opportunity. You will see it slip ball through to Shelton. Maybe got a claim for a penalty. Not sure though, but certainly danger. Agger there. Did he push him? Questionable. But it's certainly been a good start for Valerenga. Liverpool not really got into the stride at this moment in time.
This game is live on Norwegian television this evening, and that's why Liverpool have no sponsors logo on their shirt. Does defeat the object a little with all the substitutes and the manager all having it on them and the coaching staff.
I think games like this, it's important that Liverpool, you know, get the ball down early, make a few passes, get into a little bit of a rhythm. You know, it'll be Valerenga's job to upset that rhythm and not allow them to do that. And at this moment in time, that's exactly what they're doing. It's the likes of like Lonzo to get on the ball, Gerrard to get on the ball and start making the plays from that midfield area.
Well, Liverpool were as slick as they've been in pre-season at Ibrox Stadium at the weekend in giving Rangers a real lesson on their own surface. Has to be said that Rangers didn't offer much of a fight on the day, but Liverpool were simply better than them, and this is another test for them in terms of fitness and probably physicality. De Sena with the little turn, twist away from the man, and this now is Robbie Keane. Gerrard's pass was a little behind Kaut, who had to check. Gerrard, Keane, just trying to find Kaut again, didn't quite work. It is worth remembering that this is Robbie Keane's third start for Liverpool, and I think it will be a credit to the player and Liverpool's new number 7 to say that he looks like he's been at the club for years already.
Well, I think what he is, he's a clever player, not just a good player. And I think clever players always adapt to situations and different situations, and I think he'll be no exception. Be interesting to see how he combines alongside the likes of Torres and Steven Gerrard. Early stages or early signs are quite good.
Doesn't look like someone who signed a week ago anyway. Here's Fernando Torres receiving the ball from Kaut, trying to get away from Reed. It might come towards Robbie Keane, who was closing in. It was away by Starbeck, and that's the first shot, which is lacking power from Xabi Alonso.
Well, first real effort on goal from Liverpool. Long range effort from Xabi Alonso. Liverpool a little bit of exerted pressure there. Ball on the right hand side. Plenty of red jerseys in the box, but just couldn't pick out the right cross.
Well, all Liverpool's games in pre-season have been played generally with numbers and no names on the back of the shirts, and they're just starting to get used to their squad numbers again in the games at the moment. Those players are wearing the squad numbers they were. That's Liverpool's number 9, and Torres is as close as anyone has come so far.
Well, Give him half a yard, he's dangerous. You can see here, he's just got the other side of Reed, I think it was. And normally, from that situation, from that distance, he normally hits the target. I think had he done so, then he would have certainly been asking questions from goalkeeper Perkins, but just managed to put it wide and right hand upright, just a yard wide of that.
I think maybe worth to have a little bet that that young lady was taking a picture of Fernando Torres. He's something of a pin-up. It was Holm who was fouled. Heistedt will try to take the free kick quickly, just leaves it. Something and nothing, wasn't it, from Alonso? Adrian Reed with the delivery, the newest signing for Valerenga. It's comfortable for Cavalieri. Starting to look more and more at home in a Liverpool shirt is the new goalkeeper. Ever since the days of Claudio Taffarel, really, the Brazilian goalkeepers have started to get more and more respect. Used to be back in the olden days that it was Brazil had 10 outfield players that were all brilliant and a very poor goalkeeper. That used to be the standing joke, didn't it? Much different these days with the likes of Doni and Julio Cesar. Here's count for Liverpool towards Benayoun. Tried to leave it for Fernando Torres. And Alonso is there again with another strike. He went close with a similar effort at Rangers at the weekend and wasn't far away there.
I think what's encouraging from Liverpool's point of view is the starting position. There's Xabi Alonso here. You can see him. You know, he's in that kind of area where the ball, if it does break down from Liverpool's balls into the box, then he's in a good position to get on the end of it and get a shot and goal. And that was exactly the case in that situation. Just didn't manage to keep the ball down and head it for target.
This is Docena. Benayoun. Alonso. Gerrard behind him. Well, the pre-season is about getting used to the football again and getting your passing going. Liverpool at Ibrox the other day, and tonight have played it around quite sweetly. Robbie Keane's offside this time.
Well, it's nice to see Robbie Keane, as well as coming short for the ball, trying to look in behind opposition's back four there. On that occasion, maybe just went a little bit too early from the long pass from Daniel Agger. Just got himself offside position. But encouraging signs again from Liverpool's point of view.
Count. Strong. Steven Gerrard. Plenty in the box for Liverpool. Cross doesn't come. Jepson with a block. Liverpool, after a bright start from the Norwegians, are just starting to get a vice-like grip on this game. Away by Zajic, the Serbian. Keane's just gone a little early again. A little wag of the finger from the Irishman. Well, probably wouldn't get that smile back in a Premier League game.
No, probably not. I think a little bit more intense when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of the Premier League. It's okay here, pre-season friendly. Bit different when it's a business end of the season.
Here's Arbeloa. Still no Philip Deegan for Liverpool, by the way. He's also ruled out with a slight knock this evening. So Stephen Darby is the fullback on the bench, who everyone has been really impressed with in pre-season. I think anyone who watched the reserves and the youth team as well knew that Liverpool had a talented young fullback there. Not shirked to tackle and not feared anyone in pre-season. Nice little ball by Gerrard to Torres. Here's Kaut. It's towards Steven Gerrard, the intention of the chest downwards for Fernando Torres, and doesn't quite come off, but the thought is there between the two of them even at this early stage.
Oh, you could see the intention, wasn't it? It was try to lay it off with his chest for the advancing Fernando Torres. Defender just read the situation, managed to cut it out. But again, good link-up play from the two of these stalwarts of Liverpool's season last year.
The centre, Gerrard, Alonso, Gerrard again. Luton Shelton, away by Carragher. Now it's back by Earl Andre Storbeck to the goalkeeper, the American Troy Perkins. Had to be American with that name.
I was just going to say that. It is an American name, that, isn't it? Troy Perkins. Should be a movie star.
Morton better. There's nothing like a good generalisation, is there? Well, would you be surprised to know that most of those people there are Norwegians?
Just going back to Perkins, he actually trained at Bolton and Everton.
Trials with both clubs, yes. 27 now, the former goalkeeper of the year from the MLS in America, from DC United. Do you know what he did as well while he was playing for DC United? He was a bank teller in Springfield, Ohio. Part-time player before he came to Norway. And Valerenga, where he signed a 5-year deal last season. Docena. This is Zajic looking for the run of Holm, who was just caught going a little too early. The young 23-year-old. He's got one Norwegian cap to his name so far. He's one of the bright sparks of Norwegian football, which I think it would be fair to say has just lost its way after a good spell in the late 80s and 90s. Not quite the same now. Always used to be that Norway would be a real test for anyone, and always at the major championships. We'll have a long tradition, of course. Vegard Hegem at the game this evening. Headed by Arbeloa. Dirk Kuyt has almost been transferred into a right winger now, right-sided midfielder, which is where he played for Holland in the European Championships. He's such an honest player, he won't mind where he plays, but if you asked him, Gary, would he still say he'd like to play centre forward?
I think once a striker, always a striker. You want to be amongst the goals, and you know, his tally in the Champions League was good last season, but certainly in the Premier League it was a little bit disappointing. But if you're stuck out in a wide right position more often than not, it's a difficult position to score goals from.
It's a foul on Alonso, who's been in the wars in the opening 16 minutes. Daniel Holm was the man who fouled him. Benayoun. Docena will go on the outside. Benayoun, Robbie Keane. Just couldn't quite get there. Perkins was out quickly. He was just a little bit too far away from the Irishman.
Yeah, just right idea. The ball just running away on the surface. Nice little spotted pass from Benayoun. It was a good little run again by Robbie Keane. Just didn't have the extra pace to get on to the end of it.
Did Robbie Keane, was he almost indicating afterwards that he wanted it playing in front of him rather than down the side of him?
Possibly a little bit too far in front of him, but you know, I think it was good vision from Benayoun initially. The way to the pass maybe just a little bit too hard for Robbie Keane.
Maybe Torres would have got there. Keane not quite in the same Express League as Fernando Torres. No slouch though. This is Everstrand. Won by Alonso. Strong and committed. Alonso again. Benayoun. Docena is on the charge here. He's looking for Torres. Kaut. It's headed away well in the end by Andre Mori. Benayoun. Away by Storbeck. Benayoun. Gerrard just opening up in front of the Liverpool captain, and he might have been a long way out, but it's a lesson that teams have learnt before, not to give him that much space.
Well, they had quite a bit of possession down the left-hand side, Liverpool. Bit patient, and eventually the ball coming into a central position from Steven Gerrard there. The shot, he just couldn't manage to get over the top of it and keep it down. Ball flew high into the stand at the back of the goal, but if you've got that kind of space in front of you, it's a good shooting opportunity. Teams have found in the past to their detriment. You can't score from there, Steven Gerrard.
Done it before and will do it again, no doubt. It's a long way around, but as soon as he looked up as he got the ball, he had only one intention in his mind. Dosena. Alonso. Again strong and managed to get away from the challenge of Highstep. Kaut again, who's seen a lot of the ball, just can't quite control this time. Benayoun lost the space for Arbeloa. Red shirts are queuing up in the penalty area. Liverpool have worked it all the way across. Keane. And now Alonso. Fantastic strike by the Spaniard. Liverpool are in front, and you have to say it's been coming for the last 10 minutes or so. They have been in total control of the game against the Norwegian side, and it has been rounded off by a fine strike by Xabi Alonso.
Well, it's a lovely work goal. I think we made reference to the fact that Xabi Alonso in far more advanced position than we've seen him on many occasions. It's a lovely little layoff by Robbie Keane to Alonso on the edge of the 18-yard box. Curling right foot shot gave Troy Perkins absolutely no chance. It was always going away from the goalkeeper. We saw him earlier have a couple of shots, couldn't manage to keep them down on target. On that occasion, he's done exactly that. Found the bottom right-hand corner, and Liverpool find themselves, justifiably so, I think, 1-0 up.
I think it was one of those where the goalkeeper thinks, oh, I've got that, and then it just keeps going away and keeps going.
Yeah, I think there was plenty of swerve on it, but it was a nice little build-up down the right-hand side. They were quite patient, Liverpool. Didn't get the ball into the box. He waited for a little bit of quality. That little bit of quality came from Robbie Keane's layoff to Alonso, and the rest was quite academic into the back of the net from Xabi Alonso.
Well, Liverpool, who had drawn a couple of blanks before they went to Ibrox, aren't finding goals that hard to come by now. You just had a sense that that one was coming. They were getting closer and closer. Valerenga currently 7th in the Norwegian Premier League, as it would be. Known as the Tippelagen.
I don't think they're any mugs, the Norwegian side. I think what they are big, strong, physical specimens, and they are fit. So, you know, to put these combinations together, it's difficult.
Well, big and strong physical specimens. Jamie Carragher, a little too strong for Shelton and perhaps a little too much know-how.
Yeah, well, I think Jamie might be a little bit fortunate there. I thought there was a little bit of a push on Shelton, but, you know, strong defensive play from Jamie Carragher. You haven't seen free kicks given for situations like that, but on that occasion the referee chose not to.
Torres. Took him probably a little more time than he's used to get the ball under control, but Liverpool still have it. Cleared away well in the end by Andre Mori. No way through for Bojan Zajic. Liverpool, after a interesting first 5 minutes, are in control as we approach the halfway mark of this first half. And here's Keane looking for his first Liverpool goal. Not far away, just wouldn't come back enough for Robbie Keane.
Wow, he wanted to hit it first time off the layoff of Fernando Torres. You see, like, it was set up nicely for him. He just felt, I think maybe he was in the wrong stride pattern, took an extra couple of touches, just gave a couple of defenders a time to close him down. Tough ass to bend it round it that much.
Did the ball die on him a little as well, just when it bounced? It just seemed to
possibly
not get up.
Just sat, just sat maybe up a little bit too much for him and couldn't change his feet quick enough. But no, good position.
Here's Gerrard. That's looking for Torres, and Reed just got enough on it. Fernando Torres just pulled up a little there, and he seems okay, but at first you're just making sure he didn't go to grab the back of his hamstring, because he just did seem to just jolt a little.
Yeah, it just looked as if he pulled up a little bit more quickly than what he probably would have done if he was in full flow, but something might keep an eye on there.
Andrea Desena has conceded the corner.
The last thing that Rafa will be wanting to do is pick up injuries in games like this, especially to your main striker.
Especially when you're a week away from the Champions League qualifier.
It's such a big season last season, Fernando Torres. Be interesting to see if he can live up to it again in his second season. I'm sure he will be able to. Quality player that he is.
Here is the delivery. It's right round the back, and the header in the end wasn't far away. Murray's a little disappointed.
I think Murray just sneaks round the back, doesn't he? He's jumping. I think it was with Arbeloa. You can see here Murray just coming onto Arbeloa, standing jump.
Well, it's another corner, and again it's the same area towards Murray. Cavalieri wasn't entirely convincing, but got it away. Torres tried to step away. This is Zaic. Loses out to Gerrard. Now they're short at the back. Gerrard can't quite find Torres. Steven Gerrard has indicated there that Liverpool need to make a change. Was that Gerrard who said he wants to come off?
I'm not quite
He immediately turned round to the bench and said that Liverpool need to make a change, and he has pulled up here as the Liverpool captain. And
he did have a niggling groin injury before. Whether it's a recurrence of that or not, I'm not quite sure, but certainly indicated towards the bench, didn't he?
Well, Jay Spearing is the man who's going to come on and replace the skipper. One Scouser for another. Gerrard is so ready to come off. He's already got the armband in his hand.
I think he was moving back to give it to Jamie Carragher, wasn't he? And expected to come off straight away.
Arbeloa wins it. Kaut. There's Alonso, who has moved forward with Gerrard just sitting now, waiting to come off. That's a foul, surely, on Robbie Keane. Liverpool still have it. Tom Hennig and Freybo is just having a word with both players. Well, the Norwegian fans will be disappointed to not see any more of Steven Gerrard. Here's Shelton. Carragher puts his foot through it, doesn't get it away. Alonso probably would have been high feet, and it is high feet. And now Steven Gerrard can make way from the field.
Well, I can only think it's a recurrence of the groin injury that he had earlier on in the pre-season. And let's hope it's just a precautionary note rather than something that's a little bit more serious, because last thing we want is losing your captain. We've got Champions League qualifiers coming up in a week's time. It's been a stop-start pre-season for Steven Gerrard so far. And despite the warm applause from the Norwegian fans, he is disappointed, and Gerrard makes his way off. Jay Spearing has been another bright spark in the pre-season. Little terrier in the middle of midfield. Oh, I think it's encouraging from Liverpool's point of view. I think when you look at the bench, Insua, Spearing, Pacheco, Nemeth, Darby, Placis all played major roles in the reserves triumph last season, and getting their opportunity here in the first team squad.
Count. Spearing. It's on to Kaut. Keane. That's just a little too far ahead of Fernando Torres. The two of them linking up on the right-hand side of the field there.
I think with Keane alongside Torres, I think what it does give you is a number of times last season, if Torres was outside the box and running a right-hand channel or a left-hand channel, Liverpool were a little bit bare in the centre of the goal. And I think what it does give you with Keane playing, I think he'll be that extra striker to get in goal-scoring opportunities if Fernando Torres is not in the 6-yard box or the 18-yard box. I think it's a big plus for them.
Rafa has lost Steven Gerrard so far this evening. He has seen his side score. Good goal by Xabi Alonso. Starbeck. Robbie Keane was a long way back there helping out his defence. Nicely pulled down by Eva Strand. This is high step. Better. Away by Carragher. Keane does well to win the ball. It's worth mentioning the noise, by the way, with inside the stadium. I know you can probably hear the youngsters in there, but they are notoriously the loudest supporters in Norway are the Kleinen, as they are called, of Valerenga.
The clan, isn't it?
Yes, the clan is the translation. Kleinen, yes. It's his home, looking for Shelton. They have their own end of the ground on the far side, which is called the west side.
There's a story in that, isn't there?
Spearing. Tussle between Keane and Storbeck. Keane's just bought himself a couple of yards here, looking for Benayoun. And Adrian Reed got the cover in, and Perkins was there.
A lovely little ball by Robbie Keane. Showed great strength to gain possession, and then you can just see, just spotted the run of Benayoun. I think Benayoun could have been a little bit braver. Had he jumped, got any sort of touch on that with his head, I think that would have taken it over Perkins in the Valerenga goal. But I think that's what Rafa's bought Robbie Keane for, that sort of vision and awareness that he gives you in the edge of the 18-yard box.
This is Reed. Spearing wins it. Maybe an opportunity in the coming weeks for Jay Spearing, with Mascherano and Lucas away, of course, at the Olympics. Damien Placis is also on the bench this evening, but Spearing has done nothing wrong in his opportunities to date.
Well, I think that's what these pre-season games are all about. I think if you're in the squad and you get the chance to perform, obviously try and perform at your highest level, and great opportunity for all the younger kids to come in and stake a claim for a regular first team spot.
Jack Hobbs and David Martin have both been involved regularly so far. They've gone off now to go and play for Leicester City on loan. This is more than better. Keane back in the left full-back position.
I think that's another thing about Robbie Keane. He does a shift as well, doesn't he? He's not one of them glamour boys. He's prepared to do his stint defensively as well as attacking wise as well.
It's a shot from a long way that's not troubling Diego Cavalieri. Well, Adrian Reed trying to mark his debut with a goal.
Had Adrian Reed scored from that distance, it could only have been 10 yards in Liverpool half and decided to have a shot. I think it would take some kind of effort to score from that distance.
He's a new member of the Reggae Boys. Liverpool, of course, started against Ian Goodison at Tranmere. It is almost like a mini Anfield inside this stadium. This is Robbie Keane. Docena. It's all the way around to the back door towards Cal, and they're spearing, and he's been much closer in previous games than that. Just got underneath it.
Well, again, it's a good build-up play. Robbie Keane involved early on in it. Lovely overlap by Docena. Good deep cross to the far post, and Dirk Kuyt coming in off the opposite wing and spearing, reading the situation, reading the layoff from Dirk Kuyt. Just couldn't get his foot over it and keep it down on target.
There was a little smile there, wasn't there? He's good, honest little player.
He knows he should have maybe done a little bit better.
Sets high standards, they all have. That's why they won the FA Youth Cup, isn't it? Because they set themselves high standards. Jay Spearing is one of those players who seems to have been around at Liverpool for a long, long time. And yes, he has in terms of the academy, but now that he's 19, he's just starting to push towards the fringes of the first team. Hagen needs to get this ball away.
I think as well, it's situations like that that players work on in training, like, you know, forwards laying it off to midfield players advancing from deep positions to have a shot at goal. And, you know, it's something that players do regularly in training. And on that occasion, it was just a little bit of a wild shot from Jay Spearing.
Torres, Kuyt. Torres has gone for the return. Reed was there. Muri downfield. Shelton did well to control that ball under fairly physical challenge from Xabi Alonso. Here's Reed. Christoph Heistedt's just struggling a little in the centre circle at the moment. Benayoun did well to hold off the attentions of Bojan Zajic. Torres. Benayoun. Nothing left. That's where he wanted to go as well. But I think for the first time this afternoon, Docena hadn't made the charge forward from fullback. Spearing. Kuyt. Spearing again. Kuyt. Torres. Keane is the man supporting him. Kuyt is the man in the middle. And he was towards Dirk Kuyt. Reed did well to get the first header in. Spearing. Fernando Torres once again out on the right wing. Kuyt. Well, he didn't quite have the power or the direction to beat Troy Perkins from Dirk Kuyt.
Again, patient build-up. Liverpool down the right-hand side. Eventually Torres finding Kuyt on the edge of the box, and shot come cross. Just pulled it a little bit. You see Sami Hyypiä warming up.
One reception from the supporters in the Ullevall Stadium. This isn't actually Valerenga's ground. They did actually play in the Bislett Stadium, and it's just been announced in the last couple of months that they are to get their own ground back. This is Shelton trying to get the ball away by Carragher. They are actually building a new stadium back in the Valerenga region of Oslo, where they are from. They've been playing. This is the home of Lyn Oslo for the last few years, although Valerenga do get, I think, 2 or 3 times the size crowds that Lyn get.
Yeah, bigger crowds, I think. Averaged 13,000 or something like that. But am I right in saying, John, this is the national stadium as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tidy play by Zajic. Still going as well, the serve. Closest that Valerenga have come. Zajic, the Serbian, went for goal from a long way out and had every right to.
Oh, he's just cut in from the left on his right foot. He's got a little bit of space there. The ball maybe just took a little bit of a bobble for him. Still wasn't far away. Space opened up in front. Liverpool's defence didn't come out and close down. This was the chance earlier on for Shelton. Had he any contact on that, could have been even Stevens.
Here's Reid. And now Jepson. Just a little beyond Desena. Better. Everstrand. Good block by Alonso. He's looked sharp, Xabi Alonso. And it's his goal that separates the sides. And whatever thinking Liverpool had in terms of maybe transfer policy in the next week or so may have been affected by the injury to Steven Gerrard this evening. This is Storbeck. Tackle was by Desena, made sure he got the ball. And now Liverpool have a man over, and it's Robbie Keane. It's good cover. Jepson got across well from left back. Saw what Torres was trying to do, and the left back was aware of the threat and dealt with it. Heistedt. This is Holm. And Shelton was a man over again. On the far side it was Zajic, who was more than a little annoyed to not see the ball come out to him.
I think Liverpool want to see this first half. See it out. Just stop just now.
Well, Benayoun is looking to add another goal here, and they might have got one. Adrian Reid will breathe a huge sigh of relief. Big smile on the Jamaican's face. Not the ideal debut when you put through your own net.
Well, he'll say that he had everything under control, but I think it's come off the side of his head. I don't think he knew much about where the ball was going. And it was only the right hand upright that came to his rescue.
Well, that was a good cover by Arbeloa, because Holman made a good run. Agger and Carragher were both chasing the run by Shelton. Arbeloa just fitted across and did well.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think Liverpool will be quite happy to see this first half out and keep it at 1-0. We've gone off the boil a little bit towards the latter stages of this first half. Valerenga coming a little bit more into the game, but over and all, it's been a decent first half performance from Liverpool.
Well, it's Xabi Alonso's 20th minute goal that separates the sides. Adrian Reid went as close as anyone to adding to it. There was a big grimace, wasn't there? A big grimace.
You could just see on his face, he thought it was just going to bounce into the empty net, but I'm not quite sure if he actually tried to head it back to Troy Perkins, but lucky boy.
It's evening in Norway. It's quite warm, but you couldn't blame the sun getting in his eyes or the floodlights, because they're not on.
No, that's true. It does tend to get muggy in Scandinavia. It's very much a humid kind of heat. Here you see 3 red jerseys round.
And a foul which was given against Alonso, yeah, even though he seemed to get a good foot on the ball.
Yeah, Shelton, he's caused problems, Shelton, with his pace, and he's a little bit of a maverick and not quite sure that his teammates know exactly what he's doing half the time, but he is dangerous because he's got trickery and he's got pace as well.
And that was ambitious to try and beat Diego Cavalieri from that. Well, this is Liverpool towards Torres, who couldn't quite gather it, and Keane was running away from it, otherwise one of them was in. Wasn't a bad ball either. Zajic. Jepson. Trying to turn and create an opening. Heistedt. That's Reid. Jamie Carragher had a bit of a fresh air shot at that one.
I think Jamie knew exactly what he was doing. He was a little bit of a dummy. Trying to kid the forward.
Martin Andreasen, the coach of Valerenga, spent some time in England with Wimbledon. It's actually
player coach, I think, isn't he?
Yeah. He's 38 now, so he's not playing tonight. There are 3 significant players not playing tonight for Valerenga. Eric Hagen, the veteran centre-half, and Ronnie Johnson, who was more than a success playing for Manchester United.
Yeah,
he's spelling and played for Villa and Newcastle as well.
Yeah, distinguished career. And
yeah, good player. He's 39 now, and obviously felt that he didn't need to be playing a friendly in the middle of his season. This is Horn. That's a decent ball, and it is breaking through for Zajic, whose shot just evaded the top of the crossbar. They have been a threat in the last few minutes of the Norwegians, and they have gone close.
Oh, it's the second chance in the space of 5 minutes. It's Home that really muscles Liverpool out of it. Daniel Agger was a little bit deeper than the rest of his back four. Just played the Zajic onside, that deep line run. Good opportunity.
He's come more and more into the game as Bojan Zajic. Here he is now. It's a nice little flick as well to keep control of the ball.
I think it's a thing you see in modern day football as well these days, that wide players do like to come off that touchline and play in field. You see it a lot with Liverpool, Benayoun, maybe not so much with Dirk Kuyt, but certainly occasionally. And certainly the best 2 chances that Valerenga have had have fallen to Zajic.
This is Fernando Torres trying to get away from Reed. Takes the tumble. Ball was won though by the Jamaican. First real test for him. And Fernando Torres did well too. It's a good challenge.
Yeah, I think it's always a daunting prospect for a centre back when you've got the likes of Fernando Torres running at you. Credit to Reed. He stood his ground, got a toe in, conceded a corner though.
Goal scorer Xabi Alonso takes the corner. Last minute of the first half. Away by Mori. Comes out to Spearing. Plenty of time here for Alonso to deliver again. Needs quality. And there's the flick at the near post, which no one gambled and closed in on. Daniel Agger it was who was closing in. As you pretty well, there's going to be a minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half, Gary, but it's been a good workout for Liverpool. The plus points, the goal by Alonso, and how sharp he's looked.
Yeah, I think he's been the difference between the two sides. I think we said early on that Valerenga made a good start, as you probably would expect, being at home and halfway through the season. As the game's gradually going on in the first 45, Alonso's got on the ball a lot more, and he's really dictating play for Liverpool. Capped it all off with that goal as well.
And the big disappointment, the loss of Steven Gerrard after 25 minutes to what we think is a recurrence of his groin problem. He limped off to replaced by Jay Spearing. Liverpool dominated the game for long periods, and they're coming again with a final attack of the first half. That's looking for Torres. Well cut out by Adrian Mori. Spearing. Now Kuyt. Benitez making his way to join them in the middle. Reed's header. And it's headed away. And that will do. Tom Henning of Frebo brings an end to the first period, in which Liverpool have the lead at the interval, scored by Xabi Alonso. A fine swerving strike that defeated Troy Perkins in the Valerenga goal. Liverpool dominated for long spells of that first half, and Adrian Reed hit his own post. But towards half-time, the home side had a couple of chances themselves and weren't too far away, and the Serbian winger Bojan Zajic came very close to beating Diego Cavalieri. Half-time here. It is Valerenga 0, Liverpool 1.
The wait is over. This weekend, the SPL is back.
Mission impossible to mission accomplished. Celtic are champions of Scotland again.
Setanta's unrivaled coverage continues this season with up to 3 games a week.
This is extraordinary.
It all kicks off this weekend with Falkirk v Rangers and Celtic v St Mirren live live on Setanta Sports.
If you were given a shot at the A-League, would you qualify?
It's not every day you go from a kick in the park to signing on to the big league. Thursday, 7:30. One of these final three has that chance.
Will it be Adam the Rapper?
Listen, the greatest MC.
Evan the Homie.
Or Reno the Nudist?
Went and gave the girls a hug and a kiss with my jocks.
Sacrifice.
I got sacked for my job to be here.
Passion.
Playing a good brand of football.
Desire.
The actions speak louder than the words.
Who will be Australia's football superstar?
I will be Australia's first football superstar. What was it again?
The grand final.
One A-League contract. Zero room for error.
Football superstar.
The grand final.
Thursday, 7:30. Exclusive to Fox 8.
Enjoy a little South American magic with the Copa Sudamericana.
That's what he can do!
This Thursday, live on Setanta Sports.
The Legend of Darts on Setanta Sports. Lovely jubbly.
Welcome back, 1-0 at the interval. The fans are enjoying a warm night in Oslo. Liverpool fans and Valerenga fans together in the stadium. It's been a fantastic atmosphere so far. We are expecting plenty of changes at the interval. A few of the Liverpool players have been doing warm downs and getting on with their own campaigns. The youngsters out in force as well, enjoying their evening as Liverpool re-emerge for the second half.
Yeah, I think fans will be relatively happy with what they've seen in the first 45 minutes. Decent performance. I think Liverpool, if they step up a gear, then I think they can get more goals. It looks like Sami Hyypiä is coming on for the second half. As you rightly say, John, I'm sure there will be many a change.
Well, we are expecting Sami Hyypiä to replace Jamie Carragher, who was out. There we go. Ivan Balthoff is coming on, the reserve goalkeeper for Troy Perkins. He's been one club man at Valerenga all his career. We're also expecting to see Pepe Reina at the start of the second half. It is a bit of a lottery in these sort of games, as you will know by now. The Valerenga fans are in the middle of singing their club song. Liverpool are ready to get on with the second half, but are just being made to wait a moment or two. It has been, so far for Liverpool, the ideal preparation. It is a scientific preparation, and it's one so far that I think everyone at Liverpool Football Club will be pretty happy with the way it's gone so far, Gary.
Reasonably pleased. I think obviously the downside is losing Steven Gerrard. Hopefully it won't be too serious, but it's been a decent workout against, you know, average opposition, it has to be said, but they're giving a good account of themselves. There is Pepe Reina.
Well, he arrived in Villarreal with next to no sleep after the birth of his second child. 20 minutes at Rangers at the weekend, and now the second half in Valerenga here in Oslo. Here's Torres looking for Kaut. The fullback Jepson managed to get back well. Torres will pick up the pieces of the loose ball. Dosena. Kaut just bought himself half a yard. Spearing. Benayoun. Torres. Benayoun. Torres again. Oh, the link was nice. Torres just couldn't quite find Dirk Kuyt. confirmation of the changes in the stadium at the moment, and that's Huppier and Rayner on for Liverpool. Of course, Steven Gerrard limped off in the first period. Alonso. That ball was looking for Dirk Kuyt, who may have felt he was a little impeded and may have made more of a point of it had it not been a friendly.
Well, it was the diagonal ball from the run. Kuyt trying to get that little yard inside the fullback Jepson. Jepson just did enough to put him off. Jepson born in the same place as Jan Molby, Kolding in Denmark.
That's forward by Agger. I know you spent a lot of time with Jan down the years, Gary, but to remember where he's born, do you think Jan knows where you were born?
I think he does, actually, yeah. Jan knows everything.
That's a ball in towards Shelton, just opening up here, and Luton Shelton with a chance, and it's going to fall, and it's 1-1. It's Zajic who went as close as anyone for the Norwegians in the first half. And right at the start of the second period, Valerenga are level.
Well, they had men over. Valerenga could easily have been Shelton that scored. Left it to Zajic. Zajic busting forward from midfield. Simple task. Liverpool caught all at sea. 6s and 7s at the back four. But it's the introduction of Sami Huppier, not quite attuned. But you can see here plenty of space for Zajic to step forward and find the back of that empty net. Pepe Reina, first thing he's got to do. So Liverpool player in this second half has picked the ball out the back of the net.
Tidy finish by the Serb, much to his delight. Bojan Zajic enjoyed that one. Liverpool were opened up a little easily there. Harsh introduction for Huppier and Rayner at the start of the second period. I think you felt that Liverpool had lost the way just before half-time as well, Gary.
Yeah, I think they had. I think Valerenga came back into the game. You know, that couple of changes maybe just disturbed them a little bit. Centre-back seemed to be a little bit too far out the width of the goals for me. Gave them a lot of space.
Well, here's Torres trying to work his way through. Fernando Torres! Well, you don't give him chances in front of goal. Liverpool are straight back in front. And Torres now has 2 goals from 2 starts in pre-season.
Well, order resumed. I think that's the best way to bounce back. As soon as you lose a goal, score a goal. But Fernando Torres, when he busts into the 18-yard box, you've always got problems. And he's done so often before. He never really seems to hit the ball hard. You can see here, just opens his body up with his left foot, slides it past the Valerenga goalkeeper. Absolutely no chance. Reid could maybe have done a little bit better. He just gets wrong side of him here. Should have maybe gone on the other side, but all credit to Fernando Torres, the covering defender. Murray couldn't do anything about it. Put it through his legs. Goalkeeper unsighted. Liverpool back where they belong, on top.
Bit of luck about the start when it came back to him off Reid's head, but certainly no luck about the finish. Here he is again, and he's looking for Robbie Keane, who just got it caught in his feet. And now, after Fernando Torres has won, he has sparked panic in the Valerenga defence.
Well, game's livened up. Start of the second half. Both teams scoring goals. I think got the crowd on their feet. Expectation levels raised and excitement raised. Liverpool, can they go on score more goals?
Well, Huppier and Danny Agger are both forward here for Liverpool. Alonso's looking for a second, and he wasn't far away.
Well, neat little build-up, wasn't it? Good little variation on the set play. A little give and go from the corner with Benayoun. Finds Alonso on the edge of the box. It's quite a tight angle he's hit it from. One stage I thought it was in the back of the net, but just hit the hoardings and hit the back off the net.
Well, Liverpool are causing all sorts of problems now. They very nearly had another. And at the moment, It seems as though the goal from Valerenga has just brought Liverpool to life.
I think it's inspired them for bigger and better things, isn't it? Maybe shook them up a little bit. Robbie Keane, lovely little position in that inside left position. Trying to find the far post, I think it was a shot. I don't think it was a cross for Fernando Torres. I think he was trying to sneak it into the far post. Just the bend with the inside of his left foot, just took it past the upright. Again, a good opportunity for Liverpool early in the second half.
Reina just had to get a spurt on there with Luton Shelton. Quick closing in. Torres has used his wits to good effect in the second half. Liverpool back in front. That's a foul on Alonso by Highstead. Torres. This is Spearing. Was looking for Keane, was just a little short with a pass.
He certainly hasn't looked out of place, Jay Spearing, since he's come on. He's done things nice and simple, but certainly looks the part.
And Damien Placis is also on the bench for Liverpool, and he certainly caught the eye last season when brought into the first team. Jay Spearing may just be trying to nudge ahead of him in the race for a first team spot. We are going to have another change here. Xabi Alonso, scorer of Liverpool's first goal, and the man who really has got them ticking in this game, is making his way off. That's the strike. It was a belter as well.
Well, I think he's been Liverpool's best player first 50 minutes or so. And Placis, the one to replace him. Just talking about him.
It's as though we knew he was coming on, Gary. Here's Jay Spearing towards Dirk Kuyt.
Well, I think he'll just play exactly the same position as Xabi Alonso's played.
Here's Arbeloa. We didn't see much of Placis as an attacking threat in the first team last season, but it was his shot that led to Fernando Torres' goal at Rangers at the weekend, and he may have a little more license to roam forward this evening. Desena. All right, ding-dong tussle there, and just lost out in the end to Storbeck. This is better. And now Jepson moving forward from the left full-back position, hooked away by Huppier. Valerenga trying to strike back. I think they were still celebrating the equaliser when Liverpool caught them cold. And now they've been caught downfield, and this is Benayoun. Keane, tidy feet, just got underneath the final effort.
Well, it's another good opportunity from Robbie Keane. Again, the intention quite clear. Jinking in onto his right-hand side. It's a good little run by Benayoun on the overlap. But the angle, maybe not quite there for Robbie Keane. Fernando Torres was in a good position.
Sets himself massively high standards, Robbie Keane, and was disappointed with the effort.
Yeah, not easy. I think he was closed down quite well, and it was an easy effort to bend it into the far corner. As I say, Fernando Torres, I think, was the better option to try and slip him through.
Kuyt. He's just caught his man there. They do know each other, Liverpool and Tom Hennig of Rebo. He was in charge of, he's been in charge of numerous Champions League games over the last few seasons we've seen him in. It's towards Shelton. Sami Huppier was there.
Good position there from Sami. He had Shelton covered. Had he tried to get in front of him, I think Sami would have had that one as well. As it was, he tried to get round the back. Sami just moving back, covered the situation. Expensive a corner though.
Just to mention, the last time Tom Henning of Vrebo was in charge of Liverpool was in the San Siro against Inter. As a header down by Shelton, and again the Jamaican. Liverpool just had enough bodies there to get the ball away. Well, Liverpool fans will remember that night in the San Siro as well, when Fernando Torres, of course, scored the goal that secured victory.
Yeah, it was one of the highlights of the season, I think. That, I mean, the two legs, not just the game in the San Siro. I think Torres might be going off. I think I saw him signal to the bench there. I think it was him that blocked the shot, and don't know if he got a kick on the ankle in doing so.
Well, there's Daniel Agger for Liverpool. Sami Hupia. Well, David Ngo is being prepared. It's a nice play by Infrastrand. Torres. Blocked by Highstead. This is Zajic. Shelton does seem to like to have the ball played ahead of him and into the channels. It's when it's played up to his feet, he needs to probably get hold of it a little more, doesn't he? And that's probably why he didn't make it as well in England.
Well, yeah, he's certainly not a target man, is he? I don't think he can hold the ball up that well, but get it in behind back fours, then he has got pace.
Hupia to Agger. But there we say that was a central defender who'd gone a long way forward, who didn't fancy a quick run back there, because Daniel Agger almost rugby tackled his man. Well, Valerenga are still breaking. Below us providing cover. Sami Hupia was there, and Liverpool are going to get a goal kick out of it as well.
Yeah, fortunately, I think Liverpool.
Is the block from the corner.
I think initially it was Sami Hupia, then it's Fernando Torres just there, and you can just see that he just gets a kick on the ankle, I think.
And Shelton went right through his foot, didn't he?
Seems to have run the effects off. I wouldn't be surprised to see a substitution. Take him off, give him a rest. Played almost an hour again, hasn't he?
A good workout for Fernando Torres. It's the longest we've seen him for, because of course he played just a half at Rangers at the weekend. 20 minutes at Villarreal. Liverpool do have Christian Nemeth warming up as well. A free scoring young Hungarian. Benayoun. There's Spearing. Wanted to shift it to move it wide right, but Zajic proved a formidable barrier. Placis. Torres, Benayoun. Some nice little mazy run by Yossi Benayoun, and what a fine goal. Twinkle toes from the Israeli, and a really nice finish as well. Gave the reserve goalkeeper no chance at all, and Liverpool now, you have to feel, are probably home and dry in Norway.
Well, it's all about Benayoun, this goal. Quick feet. Questions that I have to say about the goalkeeper. Bolt off. I don't think it was going with any great pace. Fernando Torres, a neat little layoff, but it's Benayoun, quick feet. It bounced up lovely for him. You just see here, it just takes a little bobble, which maybe gives the elevation in the ball that takes it over Boltoff's head. But the goalkeeper, I think, should do better there.
He just didn't get up, the goalkeeper, did he? Yossi Benayoun will not mind. A goal, of course, at Ibrox, a goal against Tranmere as well. Another nice one as well this evening. Here's Kaut. Freddy dos Santos is on. Central defender for Luton Shelton. He's actually Norwegian, Freddie Dos Santos. I know the name doesn't probably strike you as Norwegian. His father is from the Cape Verde Isles. And he's had a successful pop career as well in Norway, just like Mr. Gillespie has in the UK.
Yeah, he actually plays in a band, doesn't he? He plays in a band with Heisted
It's
as
a
well.
boy band, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Morten Gamst Pedersen and Heisted. Here is Zajic. I think they've had a #1 hit in Norway. You didn't quite reach number 1, did you, Gary?
I think we got to number 3 with the Anfield Rap, yeah. Paid for Craig Johnson's retirement, that did. This Is For Real was the single that he brought out. Not Craig Johnson, I hasten to add, Dos Santos.
How did it go?
I don't know.
They are known as the Players, by the way. Morten Gamst Pedersen put them together. The Blackburn Rovers winger. That was away by Reed. He's back to his normal day job today. I think they might take their singing a little more seriously than you took the Anfield Rap, Gary. Here is Dirk Kuyt. Arbeloa.
Well, the sun just beginning to come out. I think it's a stroll in the evening sunshine for Liverpool at this moment in time. 3-1 ahead.
Here is Kuyt. Liverpool looking for another hit. And it's going to be Torres. Mjordi stood up well. Robbie Keane had just pulled away to the far post on his own, but Fernando Torres inside the penalty area, 10 yards from goal, is generally going to have a shot towards goal, and that's what he did.
Well, I think that's something Robbie will have to learn quickly, that if he gets in positions like that, does Fernando Torres, he doesn't often pass. Good bit of skill here by Dirk Kuyt. He sells Jepsen, and Fernando Torres, I think the better option would have been to try and make the pass to Robbie Keane, but you know, 33 goals or whatever it was last season speaks for itself.
This is Iverstrand, away by Huppier. It's nice from Jepsen, the left full-back. Veteran now, Alan Jepsen, 21 caps for the Norwegian national side. This is Holm. Iverstrand. Here is Jepsen. It's another good bit of work by Robbie Keane, who slotted back, and it's just a shame that Yossi Benayoun's offside, because Liverpool were flying then.
It was a free-flowing move, wasn't it? I think lovely little first-time pass this occasion by Fernando Torres. Reed had just stepped up just quickly enough. I think Benayoun fractions in it. I think he might have just been offside.
It's a track-suited Rafa tonight. Christian Nemeth is about to come on. That's a nasty one. Well, Liverpool look like leaving Norway, but not without a few wounds, because Steven Gerrard's gone off, and now Andre Dossena is going to have a sore head in the morning.
Well, both players down. Can't see any blood at this moment in time, which is a positive sign, but certainly a clash of heads. Looks like a sore one. Both players still on the turf. The other players taking the opportunity to take some water on board. You can just see here that...
How much do they hurt, Gary?
They do hurt, I must admit. I mean, both players committed, both players' eye on the ball, and it was Dossena just going back. Dos Santos, I think it was as well, wasn't it, coming on?
He seemed to head the side of Dosena's head. With Xabi Alonso striking the first half. Seems a long time ago now. There's the equaliser from Zajic right at the start of the second half. But within a minute, well, you don't need to nail the number or the name. You could just tell that's Fernando Torres. And Yossi Benayoun making it 3.
Yeah, I think Dosena, as you rightly say, he'll probably have a sore head, but nothing more than that. I think if you're a defender, it's part of the job remit. Bangs on the head.
Stephen Darby, Emiliano Insua, Christian Nemeth, David Engo, Alvaro Arbeloa is the first to make way. Stephen Darby will come on at right fullback. It is the established international for the youngster who's caught everyone's eye.
I think we could lose track of the substitutions here.
Well, the next one will be the established Italian who's been replaced by another youngster who's caught everyone's eye, Emiliano Insua.
I think that bang in the head was just a signal to maybe get me off. I've got a bit of a sore head. But it gives it, I mean, it's fantastic to these young players to play in the first team. As we said before, it's a great chance for them to stake a claim for regular first team action.
And so to continue the theme, as Emiliano Insua makes his way onto the field, it will be established international Robbie Keane making way for another youngster who's caught everyone's eye in pre-season. There is a theme developing here. Christian Nemeth is about to come onto the field. And now as we see Fernando Torres scoring Liverpool's second, he is also starting to make his way from the field of play.
I think Pacheco might come on as well, I think.
David Engo is also on.
So was it Engo and Nemeth?
There is Pacheco and Nemeth. Number 12 is Nemeth, 16 is Pacheco. And Insua, of course, there, number 22, who we have seen plenty of in the, well, not plenty of, but a bit of in the first team over the past couple of seasons. It's just to see where Pacheco's going to play, because he's caught everyone's eye playing as a striker. You're just wondering if he's going to play just in the hole behind the front two.
I think Gary Ablett can be a proud man tonight. I think you look at the side that's out there at this moment in time, the majority of the reserve side that won the league last season under the guidance of Gary.
Well, Lars Iverstrand is the man who is making way, taking his time. This is Harmeet Singh who's coming on, young Norwegian. Freddie Dos Santos has decided he's had enough as well after that bang on the head. Harmeet Singh has just been promoted from the club's academy at Valerenga. Well, Iverstrand is going to stay on now, and Dos Santos is the man who's gone off.
It was short-lived, wasn't it? He's only just come on. It must have been us talking about his band and his singing.
Pacheco. Cout. He's looking for the return ball through to the little Spaniard. A little careless from Heistad. Well, these Norwegian supporters, of which Liverpool have a wonderful following, of course, they've had a treat tonight. They've seen all the big stars, and now they're seeing the stars of tomorrow as well. Spearing. A little careless towards Emiliano Insua. Good feet by Singh. A little nutmeg on Angor. Singh. A little nutmeg on in Stewart. Final ball is looking for Zajic. And the cut back to the edge of the penalty area finds only Christian Nemeth. And again Nemeth for Kaut. And this is David in goal. And that's looking for Christian Nemeth. It's wonderful from Liverpool. And the young Hungarian just couldn't quite get it out from under his feet. It was slick from those youngsters again. Just like they did in the second half at Rangers at the weekend. It would be nice for them to have the physical presence and know-how of Dirk Kuyt amongst them up front. Apart from that, essentially, well, they're all 19. Of course, Pacheco is just 17.
Well, this was a great spot by Engo. Nemeth, I felt, really had to hit it first time. Thought he maybe had a little bit more time than what he did. But it was a lovely little bit of vision from Engo. Lovely little ball into Nemeth.
Well, Lars Iverstrand, his reprieve is very temporary, just a minute or so, as he now does make way. That is more because he will be needed at the weekend for Valerenga. And now Mohamed Falah is the replacement as Liverpool take the corner. Away by Boltoff, and the shot in the end was by Placis. And wasn't that far over.
No, he decides to hit it on the volley. It was Engo that won the header. Placis just backing off, trying to give himself a little bit more time for the ball to come down. Just maybe hit it a little bit too early. Had to let it drop a little bit further than what he did. And in the end, he's just put it high and wide over the crossbar.
Well, it is nice for the future of Liverpool that you have those young players in. Go, of course, has just arrived at the club. Checo, who said that he would dearly love to partner Fernando Torres. Well, he's played plenty with Christian Nemeth. And those two young strikers again already looking tidy on this warm night in Oslo. This is Harmeet Singh. Insua wins it. We first saw Insua in the first team, not last season, the season before, of course, and he looked tidy then as a very young player, but certainly one who's never looked out of place when called upon by Rafael Benitez.
Well, I think that, you know, the fullback positions for me are still very much up for grabs. Decent performances from him, then he might be able to stake a claim.
That's Boltoff downfield. So 15 minutes to go inside the Ullevall Stadium. It's been a good night for Liverpool so far. Valerenga picked out the ball very early in that second half, but had very little to do since. Kaut was looking for Pacheco. Stephen Darby just making sure. And here comes another Liverpool change. Dirk Kuyt will make way. And he's put a good 75-minute shift in for Liverpool tonight. Nabil El-Shah is the man who will replace the Dutchman.
Oh, it's been another performance from Dirk Kuyt. Exactly what you expect. Energy, drive, power, strength down the right-hand side. Makes way for El-Shah. Come on. I don't know what Sammy Huppi is making all of this. The elder statesman of the team. he was the elder statesman of the team when it was like the old boys, but now it's got the kids on. I don't know what he's making it.
Here's Elzar. Of course, we saw score for the first team in a League Cup game last season. Fine strike as well. 25 yards or so against Cardiff City at Anfield. Took the plaudits on Robbie Fowler's return to the club. Stephen Darby with a toss, a foul surely. Little physical from Adrian Reid on Christian Nemeth.
It looks like Liverpool maybe playing with a front three with Nemeth, Ngo, and Pacheco all up there. Very attack-minded.
There's been games where Rafa's played 3 centre-halves, of course, in pre-season. Jay Spearing is the man tasked with the cross, and it was a really good chance. The header in the end was by Christian Nemeth. Goalkeeper relieved to make the save, just a little close to him in the end.
Well, it was a great opportunity to get on the score sheet, that, wasn't it?
Away by Derby. Well, you can only look at them and think that the future is bright. And Stewart, who's still only 19 himself, made his first team debut when he was 17. Placis made his first team debut last season. Nemeth, who waits for his opportunity. He's looking for Ngo. He's just 19 as well. Placis must feel positively an old man out there at 20. That's nice towards Pacheco. Reid just about got there. Foul is by Damien Placis.
That was a crunching tackle. I thought he actually won the ball. I think you can see clearly there he gets the ball, but just the manner and you go to ground. I think the referees are very aware of that. You can see what the fan thinks in the background. He's not happy with the decision. Goal scorer going off for Valerenga.
Jürgen Yalland is the substitute who will replace him. Yalland, who does regularly play, just come back from a spell with Rubin Kazan over in Russia, the 30-year-old.
It's his second spell at Valerenga.
It is. Adnan Haidar is another youngster who's just come on. Here's that chance for Christian Nemeth.
It's a lovely little floated ball. So many times we've seen in the Premier League it's the other way that the ball's bent. It's bent with the left foot from that position. This occasion it's Jay Spearing bending it into the forwards. Nemeth just couldn't really get enough power or the right sort of direction on it to beat both off in the Valerengan goal. It was a decent chance.
Now Valerenga would dearly love to try and get another goal back. Just to make a fight of the last 10 minutes of this game. It's not a bad little touch in it. Might fall, but really it's very comfortable in the end.
One thing that would worry me a little bit at Liverpool, I was highlighted at the goal, that for me Daniel Agger is getting sucked out a little bit too easily and too quickly to the left back position. I think in that occasion there you just saw that Liverpool were a little bit short number in the middle of the goal again. I think it was Derby on that occasion had to come in too narrow for me. I think Sami Hyypiä should be pulling Agger further back into the area. Central defenders defend the width of the goals for me. That's how Liverpool lost the goal. Two centre backs I think got dragged out, created so much space for Ziyech to come in the left wing position. Full back over covering, cost them.
Well, Sami Hupia now 34, twice the age of Danny Pacheco.
I'm sure Sammy will be delighted that you've made that point.
It is quite frightening, really, when you do look at the ages of the Liverpool players that are out there now.
I think when you look at Sammy, though, Sammy's always been a very fit kind of player. He's a good athlete. You know, not a pick on him. You know, he's never been the quickest of players, Sammy, even in his pomp or his prime. I think he's still got a little bit left in the tank.
Here's Insua. Away by Boltoff. Even Pepe Reina is still only 25 years old, turns 26 later this month. But there's only 4 players on the field who are into the 20s. Nabil El Jar's 21, Naga 23, Hupia 34, Reina 25. Apart from that, they're all teens.
It's like an under 21 side with a couple of overage players, isn't it?
Well, you wouldn't mind sending that side to the Olympics, would you? Which is technically under 23s, with a couple of overage players. Could of course add Lucas to that side of youngsters as well, because he's still only 21, isn't he? Here's Placis. Insua. It does seem to be now a trait of modern football that you do have your first team squad, which are your stars, as it would be, and then you don't tend to have reserve players anymore. You have good youngsters. Here come Liverpool with one of the good youngsters, and this is David Ngo looking for another, and he has 2 in 2 games as well. The young Frenchman has certainly announced his arrival from Paris Saint-Germain. A goal at Ibrox, and now one in Norway, and yet again it is a very tidy finish.
Well, it's Pacheco that finds him. I think Ngo played on the shoulder of the last defender. Questions whether they'd maybe be offside or not, but the flag never went up. He wasn't to know. Here you see him, Pacheco, lovely little reverse pass, good vision. It was a good little run by Ngo, finding himself a little bit of space inside the 18-yard box. Good position for a striker to be in, and a cool, calculated finish into the bottom corner.
Hit the bottom corner. Amin Nouri is replacing Jarl-André Starbach. Nouri is another player who has just progressed from the Valerenga Academy. Good chance for him to go out and test himself against, well, what is technically a young Liverpool side. But once again, it's the youngsters who have gone out there and really impressed, and Liverpool free scoring when these young legs have arrived. El Jarl. Nemeth. Wasn't a bad effort. Good strike. Probably wasn't going in. Keeper just made sure.
I think it was just going wide, but it was well struck outside of the right foot. He took up a nice little position to give him the space to hub the shot. But I know the game's won, and the game's certainly slowed down a little bit, but the team that have put out Liverpool, I know it's full of kids, but they seem to be taking the game right to Valerenga and causing them all sorts of problems.
A refreshing hunger from these young players, and Sami Hupia, whose header goes just over the bar. And he might have a big smile on his face. It's not because we have mocked, but he's at the youngest on the field, and he didn't know too much about that, did he?
I was just a little bit behind him. He tried his best to direct it on target.
To be playing alongside Sami Hupia for a lot of these young lads, there will be an education in itself. Spearing. It was a terrier-like tackle from Spearing, who's shown he's not averse to doing that. And it was a little look of be sensible from Tom Henning of Freiburg.
Impetuous, wasn't it? Yeah. It was just a young player wanting to make the tackle and just overzealous. Something you learn as you get older, especially in that midfield area, especially in European football. Can't make challenges like that.
Well, this is a long, long way out, which has struck into the Liverpool wall from Mohamed Fella. This is El Shah. Was caught. A passing word from Tom Henning of Freiburg. We've seen Nabil El Shah in fits and starts in a Liverpool shirt. Another with Premier League games behind it. So for those who don't get the opportunity to travel to Merseyside and to Anfield, it's been a great night for these Norwegian supporters and followers of Liverpool Football Club. They'll be waiting around for hours outside as well, just to catch the Liverpool players as they head back to Merseyside. The friendly, of course, with Lazio on Friday night at Anfield. Should be another entertaining event. Not many friendlies at Anfield down the years. Lazio are one of the teams that have played there. I think there's only about 4 or 5 in the last 40 years or so. Did you ever play any?
No, I didn't. No, we used to have a game amongst ourselves the Tuesday before the start of the season, which was our way of getting used to Anfield again.
You used to kick each other?
It had been known, yeah. It has been known, yeah. When you got the likes of Whelan and McMahon and Mulby and all these sort of guys in the middle of the park, and it was kind of a mixture they used to play. It wasn't reserves against first team, it was a mixture of both teams, and it could get a bit heated at times.
Well, it is the substitute cop inside the Ullevall Stadium. It is almost like being inside a miniature version of Anfield. And so it just loses out there. And Valerenga will try and close in. It is, well, it was the substitute, Nori, who tried to break through. He's going to recover in the end by Insua.
But he got back, he made the initial error.
Lost half his shirt.
I don't know if he's cut that on purpose or whether it's been ripped by opposition player. But he did well to recover, Insua.
That's away by Pepe Reina, who has probably been doing more work in training than he's got in the game. Along with Diego Cavalieri and Xavi Valero, the goalkeeping coach. The daunting figure, Tom Henning of Freiburg. It's the second time that Jake Spearing has upset him in the last couple of minutes.
It'd be nice if referees could referee a game with a smile on their face at every game that they referee, but it doesn't always work like that, does it?
There haven't been many in recent years. I think you have to go back to Roger Milford, don't you? That's not a bad ball. Sami Huppier did well, and has still done well because the flag was up anyway, but he still managed to control the ball. I think Roger Milford was the last, wasn't he? Well, it's just approaching the final minutes, or the stoppage time. Gary, it's been a good workout, hasn't it? 4 minutes of stoppage time, but good night's work for Liverpool.
A good night's work. I think the only downside was the fact that they've lost Steven Gerrard with maybe a recurrence of a groin injury, but certainly a good workout. It's given the kids a great chance to play first team football as well in the second half, and it's been a comfortable victory, which could have been like a little bit of a sticky game, but certainly a great result for them.
This is a throw-in for Liverpool. It's been a good night for Rafa again, and for the second game running, Liverpool have scored 4 on their travels. And any representatives from Standard Liège, who made a note before the game that said Gerrard off injured, may now just be rethinking, because the youngsters that Liverpool have brought on have been electric. Here they come again. Christian Nemeth. Eljar through the middle. Nemeth tries to go around the outside. Would have been a cheap penalty to get. Nemeth wanted it. Plessis. This is Emiliano Insua. It's not a bad ball by Fellat, just well cut out in the end by Agger. And Daniel Agger is going to play 90 minutes. Here's that appeal for the penalty again when Nemeth tried to skip round his man. He's got his body between man and ball. No way through for Nemeth there. He wanted a penalty. Yeah, there's been a refreshing night for Liverpool. The more established stars of the first half doing their job and looking cool and comfortable. And then as the second half has gone on, the youngsters have come on and been slick, quick and attacking with good movement. And with 90 seconds left of the 94 minutes that we'll have in the end, it's been a good night's work. David Engo, Danny Pacheco. He's got two players to get through, but he has got good feet. Hopia. To Stephen Darby. Spearing. Eljar. That's looking for Danny Pacheco. It needed the intervention of Reid, who, when he put a header against his own post in the first half, seems a long time ago. It's been a good night for Liverpool. Good night's work. Xabi Alonso got it all underway with a wonderful strike. Fernando Torres scored right at the start of the second half after Ziyech had equalised for Valerenga. Since then, it's been pretty much all one-way traffic. Yossi Benayoun with a cracker. And the game was wrapped up by David Engo late on. It's all eyes now on Tom Henning of Freiburg. Game over. Good night's work in Norway for Liverpool. It's back to Merseyside now with a final scoreline here of Valerenga 1, Liverpool 4.
English and European champions Manchester United step up preparations for the new season as they host the old lady of Italian football.
They're not just crawling over the finishing line now,